job, and there's a lot of hours that I work that she's home with those two young kids doing a great job, and again, appreciate it. Go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday practice. Monday's practice is a practice. A lot of times on Monday, some schools just kind of go out and do special teams and call it a day, but we don't want to waste an opportunity to work at Saturday. You know, they go full blast Saturday for 60 minutes. Sunday is their day off. Monday, I want to make sure they're back out there concentrated and working on the football field. I am so proud of our players because it was them that dominated that game from the first play to the last play, and they did a tremendous job. But again, it goes to the credit of the kids. They went into it, like I said last week, they had a good week of practice. They went into it with the mentality that, listen, this because they're number 12 in the country doesn't mean anything. We got to worry about what we do, and that's what they did on Saturday. And offensively, it was great. Defensively, it was great. Special teams, pretty good. Pretty good. So there was a lot of good. One of the reasons, you know, to be a successful football program or a team during that Saturday is turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over a single time on Saturday, and we got 5 of them. 4 interceptions and a fumble. And that's how you win football. But that's how you win football games. And again, we talk to our kids all the time about that stuff because we had a little problem at CW Post with holding on to the ball. And we worked hard on that. Like I said, Coach Yursich had them running the class with footballs in their arms. All right? So it's important. It's important. We can play 4 quarters of football. We learned that on Saturday. We can play 60 minutes. I'm going to tell you, I was scared to death at halftime. 28-0, I was scared to death. I know Tricia said to my brother, she said, why does he look so unhappy? And my brother said, because he's worried about all the ways he could lose this game. They favored us by almost 7 minutes. When you run a hurry-up offense and you win time of possession, you're doing a great job. There's things going well. Now, in the fourth quarter, the offense was able to run that clock down very well. I think those kids went into that game with confidence, and it showed from the start. And again, it started out well for us, and it just built on that. And they play with emotion. You saw them run around the field. You saw them getting excited. And it didn't matter who was making the play. Whether you look on the field or on the sidelines, there was people excited. That's a program. That's what we're trying to build here. 548 total yards on offense, 280 yards rushing, which is a great stat. Okay? And 260 yards passing. That's a balanced offense, and that, again, that speaks volumes for the time of possession and us being able to score 49 points. The biggest series of plays was right before the half whenever we stopped them from scoring, all right, on 4th down there in that series. That was huge because, again, going into the locker room 28-7 with them scoring right at the end, that's momentum for them. They went in the locker room not feeling so good because we stopped them in the red zone on 4th down. So it was good. Saturday was a great day for our program, the school, and our fans, and our alumni. It was, you know, being homecoming, it was a perfect storm. You know what I'm saying? It was a perfect storm. So if the weather would have been a little nicer, it might have been a little better storm. But again, I will take it. I don't care what the weather's like. And so again, my hat goes off to the kids and the coaching staff. You know, they just did a tremendous job last week, and again, we continue to build. He's not really down. He's not really down because his knee's not down, right? His hand's on the ground, and then that guy just kind of comes in on him, but we got a flag.
That's a terrible call.
It's the first play of the second half. The first play of the 3rd quarter. I mean, I don't even know who he's throwing it to, but thank goodness we're there. All right? That's Corey Hunt, the young man that spoke to you a couple weeks ago, okay? So he made that intercept. Want to show this punt? Again, you know, the punter did a great job. It's a, you know, this is a touch punt. Look at this thing. Look at that, 5-yard line. Perfect. Good coverage, good punt.
Anytime you're involved in a team sport, you know how important it is for the guy next to you to do his job. Offensively, to have the defense play like they did, was very inspiring to us. I think, you know, our guys did a heck of a job, and we really fed off the defense. When you don't overcoach, and you don't get them confused, and when they know where a certain guy's going to be, they make a play like this to reward them.
Big play comes with the left tackle, I'll tell you, because this is no easy deal for him. He's got to sustain that block on that defensive end the whole entire way. If that guy gets a little bit of movement, ooh, not easy.
Slippery Rock has the #1 defense in the country, and Westchester beat them. Stroudsburg, 37-26. Okay? And then they lost to CW Post, 23-34. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And again, I talked to our kids all week about this. We came off a CW Post week, we lost, and what did we do to Kutztown? Now, Westchester's coming off a CW Post with a loss. And again, we got to be ready for the Hornets' Nest on Saturday. Bottom line. We got to make sure that they're going to be ready to go. There's no question. We got to make sure that we're more prepared, that we're more emotional, that we got more on the line than they do. Westchester has a winning season on the line right now. Their backs are against the wall. And again, every day, every minute of the day, I talk to our kids about this. Listen, Kutztown's it's a good memory, but that's what it is. It's over. It's time to move on. All right? Now, what you got to do is get better from Kutztown to Westchester. And that's what we got to work on all week. Throw stats out the window for this game. Throw it out. Throw it out because it doesn't matter. This is going to be a backyard brawl. This is a football game. Okay? We got to make sure that, not literally, but we are punching them in the mouth every play. We got to go after them. We can't hold back. We can't be conservative on offense or defense. Because again, we're going to play. We're going to play our type of game. And sometimes it's pretty and sometimes it's not. We're going to continue to work. Now again, I will tell you, this is a process. Everything is a process for our program. From whether it's from the recruiting process to the practice process, the game process, personnel process, it's all about that. And again, we keep moving pieces around to get where we need to be to complete that puzzle. And we're going to continue to work that. Again, I do appreciate all of you coming out here tonight. The whole football program, the kids especially, appreciate all of your support when you guys show up to the games and you guys are cheering them on. Like I've said before, there's no better place than Seth Grove Stadium. No better place. Okay? Thank you very much.